Hello YouTube. Today at USBC repair, not the power jack repair, but USBC repair, I would like to describe to you a short video on why some USB Type-C connectors are fixable and some are not. We have one board here that had two USB Type-C connectors on it. So here is one and here is two. I already removed both of them. I have done hundreds of USB-C repairs, maybe more than 100 already. Way more than 100. I can't say thousands, but hundreds. And because there is really no time to spend here to do the repair the whole day, so to speak, I could just wanna show you why this one, for example, right here, this connector, gonna be just fine, because this one has only two traces missing here. Those traces came off from the motherboard because people wiggled the connector up and down. As you can see, this is the connector from this side. And you see this trace and that trace, they attached to the jack because people wiggled the connector up, down. And the rear row of pins, as you can see right here, here's the pin, right? That pin that you wiggle up, down. Here, let me see if I could just, nope, I can't. All right, never mind. So when you wiggle the connector up, down, the rear row of pins come off. There's two rows. This is one row right here. Oh, and the inner row, you see the pins broken off, but they basically broke off. They didn't take out the traces here from the motherboard. They broke off. You see this one is broken, that one is broken, this guy broken, this guy broken, this. From moving up and down, you see here we also have broken pins, but some of them didn't break. They took off the traces on the motherboard, all right? So when I'm gonna put this connector on, I'm sure it's gonna work fine. As long as I'm gonna find exactly the same connector, all right? Now, when we look at the second, connector that I removed, I was already disappointed that I would not be able to do much here because this row right here is fine. But this one, as you can see, the entire row has been taken out. The only thing that we have a trace for is the negative trace right here for the negative side. But everything else has been wiped out. Now, is it possible to fix it? Yes, anything is possible. For the flat rate fee that we charge our clients for the USB-C repairs, I'm not probably even gonna bother with this side simply because the number of traces I have to put on here is gonna take me all day. And the reason I'm not gonna bother because an Amazon warehouse next door pays $30 an hour just for no-brainer work, all right? So you can either get paid $300 a day for working for Amazon, or you could spend all day for a flat rate fee trying to make every single trace to work. So now if you're in India someplace, yes, it's fixable as long as you pay, but here in the United States, nobody gonna be fixing these traces simply because it's just time-consuming process. And again, Amazon warehouse or a trucker driving a truck long road will make a lot more money than a technician who will be working on those traces here. Now, the way how the traces are fixable are, let me show you how, I mean, if it would be just two traces like that, I could pretty much fix them. But when it's the entire row of traces, and the thing is, sometimes they work, depends how you plug it in. If you plug it in upwards, this row of pin gonna work. If you plug it downwards, this row of pin gonna work. Now, the problem with this particular design is, as you can see, some of those traces are throughput. So this trace right here is connected to this trace like that directly. This trace here connected to this trace directly. So you have to run the wire from this trace to this trace in order for this guy to work through. So technically this connector is not even gonna bother, even if I'm gonna solder a new connector here, and even the connection on this row gonna be fine, it's not gonna work simply because we don't have a trace from here to here. You see there is a missing trace from this area. Let me get something else to point to because this one doesn't seem like... So you see, this trace right here supposed to be connected to this trace. It connects through this trace here that's missing. So if we don't have this connection, even if we have a good soldering connection here, it's not gonna work because we don't have anything running through from here to here. And let me show you the connector that came out of here. Again, it's not like I broke the traces of the motherboard on purpose when I was replacing the connector. It's already came like that. So here, I think it's this one. I have a whole bunch of them here. Let's see if it's that one. Yeah, as you can see, when people wiggle the connector up, down, this guy moves up, down. The traces in the back, they basically come off the motherboard, like they did right here. You see most of them came off, except this negative one, which is right there. So, but the inner ones, you see two broken here and two broken there. So again, so when the client asks me the flat rate fee, is it for two connectors or for just one connector? I'm just saying I'm gonna charge you the flat rate fee if one of them gonna work, because you know, if you got two broken connectors, that's better than one broken connector, because the chances that one of them gonna work are much higher. So my goal is to put a connector here, do something about the traces here. Now, as I wanted to promise you, so the way how you usually fix those tracer connections is you take the special tool right here. Oh, it's too much kickback here. You kind of widen up this trace, that trace, this trace, and the rest of them basically. It's just for the show. Same thing here. In order to connect this guy to there, we're gonna try. It doesn't work that well on the smaller traces. Alright, so now we got two connectors there. And we're gonna bridge those by wires from the top. Same thing here, so like that, like that, like that. So I have done a bunch of those, but I'm not gonna work on this because this one looks good and this one gonna work. It just this gonna take me all day. And for the flat rate fee, I'm not gonna be just, I mean, it would be cheaper to buy a new board than for me to spend all day on this connector. So we're gonna focus on this connector here. All right, let's take a look. Here we got a brand new connector. And let's see if it's a good match. Yeah, looks like it's a good match. The pins are sitting. This one seems to be slightly longer, sticking out this way. But when we look at an angle, it seems like it's all good. I will measure it on the board and see if it's gonna be a good fit. Let's take a look. All right, let's take a look. Nope, it doesn't go in. Oh no, it does go in. Goes in just fine. Let's take a look like that. You see, the rear of the new connector is blocked by the pin, and that will prohibit us from making any sort of trace connections for the rear pins. But let's break off that rear shield. All right, so I broke off the shield. Let's take a look now if you're gonna have an access to the rear pins. Yeah, you see, so the rear pins are sitting on the broken traces, so if you're gonna be soldering something like that, it's gonna be like that. All right. All right. All right, let's work on it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some flux here. The next thing I'm gonna do is You don't want to add too much, you just want to add just a tiny bit. All right. What I'm doing is I'm taking the big chunks from the. All right. You see, this trace is running through this trace, and that's the reason I told you that the other stuff won't work, simply because this trace and that trace are basically missing here. You see, there is no trace going through here. All right. All right, so here I positioned the connector on top of the motherboard, and now the goal is to make sure that both of the lines gonna get soldered to the motherboard. So I'm putting some pressure on the top. And the whole connector is melting down. All right, good job. As we have a connector that melted, but the solder on the inside should be good, I hope. Let me take a look right there. You know, the connector should have been moved slightly forward, slightly backwards. Yeah, the sides of the connector are slightly melted, which is no big deal. But I can see that most of the points got soldered through. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tiny soldering iron, and I will just make sure that all of them are soldered through. Let's take a look here. No, we probably don't need this anymore. This causes too much reflections. All right, as you can see, all of the connectors in the back of the jack are still intact. They didn't fly off the motherboard, so that's the reason we needed the insulation to begin with. All right. You know what I want to do? I want to add some more flux there. I know most of you are gonna say too much flux. It just looks too much because it's under the microscope. In reality, it's not that much. So here. Right, so you see how solid this connection is? And again, we got two traces right there. Let's see if we can add some solder to this guy and that guy. Again, those two connections that are missing for the traces, they are not essential for the power to go through. They're mostly for maybe like LED, LCD connection. Not essential here. Let's add some solder to the support legs. Alrighty. Good job. Let's add some solder to the other leg. Oh, you know, let me rotate that like that. Good job. Let's flip the board. As you can see, all of the components in the back of this connection is also solid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some solder here, solder there, solder here, and solder right there. Excellent. All right, and what we're gonna do next is we're gonna clean this thing up and hope that this whole thing gonna power up. Alrighty. All right, good job. And alrighty. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let me clean this thing in. I have a couple dozen videos on how to remove the connector from the, I mean, I got 1,000+ videos on how to remove different connectors from the laptops. But for USB Type-C, I got also hundreds of different videos on how to properly remove it and how to solder. But here I just want to show you the damages for which I'm probably not gonna work on. So yeah, this one damage right here is really no use, because I mean, no, I mean, not even. Again, Amazon warehouse pays more. Don't get into this business in 2024, simply because big companies pay more to work for them. Small businesses are no longer profitable. All right, let's remove this guy. You know what I'm thinking now? I think I could run a trace through on the other side here. As you can see, we got, you know what, hold on. Let's see, maybe we can make it work. Maybe we can make it work, all right? So let's see. All right, so from what I'm seeing here, we got a trace number 1, 2, 3, 4. Trace number 4 is running someplace here. I think it's the trace number 4 on this side and trace number 4 on that side that are non-conductive. Here, let me use the brush. Remember the traces I was talking about, the ones that are broken through? I think it's number 4. I think it's here. I think it's this guy right here, which has the trace running to here someplace. I will see where exactly. Shines too much. I think it's running to here. And I got another trace number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trace number 5 is running someplace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trace number 5. Trace number 5. All right, so here what I'm looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see this trace here. This is a through hole, and that's a through hole. If those two through holes are connectable, Let's take a look. Yeah, so you can see the trace here is 1, 2. Oh, no, 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 no. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trace number 5. And here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't see that it has this guy in there. Let's see here. Yeah, you see this one slightly at an angle. So yeah, so we're looking at from here 1, 2, 3, 4. So this trace here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This trace is here. If we can somehow connect them to someplace else, let's see. Can we? Because you see here we got the same trace 1, 2, 3, 4 connected to this trace here, and it has a through hole here, and it has a through hole here. So if we can get the through holes, now this is a ground which is not, we got ground on this side too. Yeah, decisions. Let me see, we got 2 here, and 1 right there, and what else we got? We got 1, 2. We got 1, 2. And 1 right there, the one I told you, right? So these 2 and those 2, they could be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this I could connect to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this I could connect to that. And we're gonna get our trace, right? Or not, right? You follow me or you don't follow me at all? Hard to say. Two like that, and 2 like that, and 1 right there. Okay, so those are the pluses, probably. Yeah, so I probably can connect that to that. All right. And I could probably make it work. I could probably make this guy work. Yep. All right, so before we're gonna do any sort of repair on this one, we wanna test this one. If this one not gonna work, then there is no use to continue, because there are a whole bunch of other stuff that could go wrong on those laptops. Again, I wanna clean up this to see everything better. All right. Yeah, so now that I seem to know how to make, at least this one gonna work partially, this guy gonna work. This one should work both ways, upside down and downside up. All right, let me dry this thing up. All right, so please ignore the website here on the top. The proper site for USBC repairs is usbcrepair.com. And again, this is a HP board. Not sure if this is broken like that when it was arrived or not. All right, so that's another connector I got for this second piece. Just want to see, maybe I would be able to make it work, maybe not, I'm not sure. But first, let's see if you're gonna be able to make work this one. If this one not gonna give us 20 volts, that means nothing gonna work whatsoever. I mean, there is no point going through the repair for the second connector, because there could be a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. All right, good job. Let's see. And we got 20 volts, but that's 20 volts going the wrong way. Should be going that way. I'm not sure if this is even gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, so right there, the arrow should be pointing the other direction. But it gives us 20 volts and it's supposed to technically work. Technically. Some flux residue here. I want to remove the flux. So, in theory, should work. In practice, I want to measure the voltage at the battery and see if you get voltage to the battery. Alright, so let's see. Probably not this one. Let's try another one. Hold on. Alright, so let's see if you're gonna get any voltage to the battery. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, we get voltage to the battery. Yep. Wow, we got 16 volts to the battery. Alright. So the good news is that I already made my money. Because this connector gonna work. Alright. Let's see if we can make this guy work as well. And my goal is to run those traces through on the back side to the 1, 2. Let me, you know what, let me draw the way how traces look here. So one here, and one right there, and we got 1, 2 traces here. All right, so this is on this side. If you flip this guy over, so technically they should be here. So technically they should be all right, so those two right here, and then this one is the next one. So okay, right there, 2, 3, 4. You know, the problem is that that one is not the one it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy is not, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? I need to see it on the microscope. If it's, yeah, should work. Probably, maybe. Yeah, so let me try. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to make it work. All right. You know, by looking at this, I see that this connector will definitely work 50% of the time, for sure. Because it turns out that it's not the way how it's supposed to run. Here, let me show you. This trace here, it ends here. So from this end, it goes through here to here. All right. And this guy also ends here. It goes from here to here to here. And this guy on the other side goes all the way. So this is the primary rail, not that one. All right. So for this particular laptop model, this is the primary rail, not this one. All right. Got it? So what we need to do is basically just solder the new piece in place, and it's gonna already work 50% of the time, and we'll try to make it work 100% of the time. So 50% of the time is basically depends how you plug in the plug, upside down or bottom side up. So here, let's solder up. I should call this video "Fix the Unfixable." Now, usually the rear rail is the primary rail, not the forward one, but for this laptop, it seems like the forward one is the primary rail, not the rear one. All right, so here, like that, like that, like that. I was thinking this is not gonna work, but it turns out it's gonna work. All right. But it's a good that the other connector worked and conducts the electricity to the battery. Now what I want to do, you know what? Now let's do what I wanted to do. Let's see. All right. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna solder all of those guys. Am I full of flux now? All right. Okay. And we can't really do much about this negative, but that's all we can do here. All right. Good job. All right, so what I wanted to do here now is add, I think there's a two connected, right? Add solder to the traces. Yeah, the middle two are pointless. I mean, you see that the middle two work fine. All right, so here would be nice to shave off a little bit there. And those two, you know, the smaller, I mean, I know the layout of the board pretty well. It's just this board turns out to have the front ones as a main rail, which looks good. But still, why does it look like there is a... Oh. No, it looks good. All right, looks good. All right, so let's power up the hot air. And let's see if we can solder this guy as well. Now I don't really have a reference point on when it's gonna sink in. I just hope it's gonna just sink by itself. Come on. All right. Okay, so it seems like something got soldered someplace. Well, let's check. We only had one. And no, nothing got soldered because this guy didn't sink in. I think the solder it's a crappy solder job. No? No, it doesn't want to come out. Maybe everything else got soldered. Strange. Oh. And this guy didn't get soldered. You know what, let me run it one more time. Because if one of those didn't get soldered, that means the inner side didn't get soldered either. I know most of the comments gonna be you melting the connector, so you know, no big deal. It's, you see again, it didn't get soldered. I know why it didn't get soldered, because I didn't put any solder on this pad. Duh. Alright, so my understanding that everything got soldered, it just I forgot to put the solder on this rear pad, and that's the reason why it didn't get soldered. Alright, so let's put the, yeah, okay, now it's soldered, alright. So let's see if you can do something about here. Alright, let's zoom in. And did it connect to the pin here? Yeah, it did connect to this guy. Good job. I also want to connect these guys. Probably, well, whatever I can, I will connect. Anyways, so let's solder up the rest of it. All right, all of the components on the back are still fine. All right, let's do it here. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty. And good job. Good job, good job. All right. Let's flip this guy over. Solder the top side. All right. Alrighty. And alrighty. All good. All right, now let's take a look what we can do here. All right. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. This should go together with this guy. And this should be together with this guy. All right, let's see if you can just... No, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. And that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Let's see. Again, this is not something worth doing simply because for a flat rate, that is. But it's worth doing to make this thing work and to make a video. But honestly, if you have a connector in condition like that, this is where I would pretty much stop. But for the sake of video, what I'm gonna do is impossible. That's all possible, just again. You can make 30 bucks an hour working for Amazon warehouse. You can spend all day connecting the wires here. It would be much more comfortable if I wouldn't have to record at the same time, because I would do it. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do. Now the worst part is if you do all of those jumper cables connections, and at the end it's not gonna work. Happens all the time. That's the reason I no longer do any jumper connections. Well, I could do like 1 or 2, but doing for every single one, there is no point. All right, so let's see. come on, not here. Let's go there. The hardest point is that the microscope is looking one way, the fingers are looking the different way, and the soldering iron and the wires. You probably can't imagine how macroscopic this work is. Nah. No, okay. All right, I need to do something with the that involves tweezers. Something like that, yeah. And somebody decided to call me, obviously. All right, thank you so much for calling me right where I need to do the most tedious work. Again, on the website it says, please just text us or email, and I will. Now I can grab onto it the way I wanted to. Let's see, maybe I could do it like that. Because my soldering iron needs to be in one hand. It's already messed up. All right, never mind. All right. Alrighty. Now, if I would be much younger, my hands wouldn't be shaking as bad. All right. All right. Now let's see, I can't see much here. Let's zoom in. Seems like there is a connection there. It seems like right there, yeah, seems like connection is there. All right, let's cut the trace wire. All right, so let's... All right, so let's try a different set of tweezers. And those tweezers, they don't hold anything together. All right, never mind. All right, so let's try it this way. All right, so from here I need to run a trace to here. From here I need to run a trace to here. Otherwise, oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Here is the situation. No, it is the... Wait, I don't get it. If this trace isn't running anywhere, and that trace isn't running anywhere. Oh, wait. This is the trace right here. This is one. I should be an expert by now in this. Are those two together too? No. All right, so this goes here. You know what? I know, wrong one. Here, this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4 going through. All right, so let's add another trace and be done with it, because I don't see myself wasting your time here. It's been over an hour, and this is a flat rate repair fee. And I would make more money in Amazon. So buy stocks of Amazon, because I'm buying it, because they pay well. And I don't think working for Amazon harder than trying to do this. Leave your comments below. All right. Would love to work for Amazon. Right here, let's see. Amazon. Whoa. There should be something better to hold the jumper wires, really, seriously. I mean, it's really tough business to hold the jumper wires like that. And like that. Let's see if we can do anything about it. Nope, I didn't. No, come on. Seems like it's... I need to zoom in on this. Can't see much. Probably from this angle. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's add some flux in there. Yeah, good luck. Now I can see what I'm gonna be soldering to what. All right, let's see. Where are you at? All right, did it get soldered or it didn't get soldered? Too much flux. I don't know, we're only gonna see it after cleanup, so let's cut the jumper cable. All right, let's try and add some ISP to clean it with. Do we have a solid connection there or we don't? Let's see. Yeah, this is why you need a couple $1,000 microscope like this one to see. Seems like everything should be fine. Seems like, okay. So let's do one more time. And seems to me everything got soldered through. Now, those smaller ones I'm not even gonna bother because, again, I'm gonna take all day and we already have it working on the other line. So here, let's do here. Now, I know your comments, but seriously, I mean, this is as far as it's gonna go. On this end, on the other end, because we don't have the connection through, we need to make the connection through here. All right, and I see why. So yeah, the rear is the, all right, let's see. Enough talk, let's make it work here. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Okay, good job. Good job. All right, so let's add some solder here and there. Like that. Like that, like that. I assume those are both the same. I assume. I might be wrong, but I think this is it. All right. Now let's bring a jumper wire. Again, if the other port would not show me any life, I would not be working this thing. All right, so here, like that. All right. All right. Not really beautiful work, but it's okay. Not exactly how I wanted it, but it's all right. It's so tiny, it's impossible to even see it. Let's see. All right. So yeah, so the rear turned out to be the... All right, good job. Okay, wonderful. So in theory should work. So let's clean it up. Clean it up. Clean it up. and I'm gonna let it dry for an hour or so and get back to it eventually. All right, so probably one of you gonna ask me why I only run one jumper here, but not the second one. And it seems to me that the second one is just a dummy. It doesn't do anything. I think there's only just one line. The second one is just, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere here. It just dead ends here. And it dead ends right there as well. Or maybe it doesn't dead end. Anyways, I will check on it soon enough. Here, let's test it out. Maybe it dead ends, maybe it doesn't. I will see in a second. All right, so here, plug it in. Let's test it. Yeah, so the only one that doesn't go anywhere is this guy, the one I didn't jump. And I might need to jump it, I'm not sure. Let's take a look. So in theory, it should work, all right? From what I see right now, the system should work. Let's plug in this guy. And I want to measure the voltage on at the battery right away. Where is the battery at? It's on the other side. Okay, so we disconnect this. We plug in that. All right. Let's connect this. And we got 20 volts. Yeah, we got voltage going to the battery. It works both ways, it seems like. Here, let's take a look. We got voltage going to the battery. All right, so that's how you fix the unfixable. Like that, guys. Yeah, and again, I was the first person to start fixing USB Type-C connectors in the United States. And it's not exactly the most profitable business because you cannot make half of the laptops work. But yeah, this is it. So thank you so much for watching. USBCrepair.com is the website to get the reference to whatever. And please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys take care and have a good day. Thanks. Bye.